Hi! Today on Araw-Araw Filipino, we will continue to learn about enclitics, this time with a focus on the word naman. Enclitic particles, or mga katagang enclitiko, are short words in the Filipino language that we use for adding nuance or context to a sentence. Listed here are our most common enclitics, and in yellow are the ones that we have already learned. The link to the lessons for these words will be in the description below. Our focus in this lesson is the word naman. Naman is a Filipino word that is unique and does not have an equivalent in the English language. You just have to look at examples and hear it to understand how to use it. Here are the different ways that we use naman. We use it to soften a sentence, to soften the tone of a sentence. We use it to give contrast and to give emphasis. Let us begin to learn how to use naman, starting with how to soften a request using this word. An example is, help me. Tulungan mo ako. Help me. Yes, you're asking for help, you're making a request, but there's no please in there, right? So it's like a command. And that English sentence actually has an implied you. You help me. Tulungan mo ako. You, mo, help, tulungan. Me, ako. A way to soften this is, tulungan mo naman ako. Tulungan mo naman ako. When Filipinos put naman in the sentence, it is imploring someone, making a request, asking for a favor. But note that we only use naman when we are very familiar with the person we're talking to. In a formal setting, we will not use naman. Here is another example. This time we use the word please. Please teach me. Pakituruan mo ako. Again, there is an implied you. Please is paki and teach, turuan. So we join paki with the verb to form please teach, pakituruan. Now this is made even softer by saying pakituruan mo naman ako. Here are some more examples to show how we use naman to soften a request. Call me. Tawagan mo ako. So again, it sounds like a command instead of a request, right? And the English sentence has an implied you at the beginning. You call me. You, mo, call, tawagan. Me, ako. A better way to say this, if we are familiar with the person we're talking to make it softer is, tawagan mo naman ako. You are really imploring the person to call you, as if it is a favor to call you. Please tell Jane. Pakisabi kay Jane. So, please is paki, tell, sabi. Please tell, pakisabi. And we use kay, Jane, because Jane is the object of the action. So, kay, Jane. An even softer way to say this is, pakisabi naman kay Jane. Pakisabi naman kay Jane. Another way we use naman to soften a sentence is to give a positive spin to the situation. Here are some examples to show this. The movie is long, but it is good. Mahaba ang pelikula, pero maganda naman ito. So you see, even if the movie is long, we gave a positive spin by saying, well, it is good. Maganda naman ito. The, ang. Movie, pelikula. Long, mahaba. But, pero, it, ito. Good, maganda. And there we use the word naman. Take some leave. That is allowed. Mag-leave ka. Pwede naman iyon. There is an implied you at the beginning of the English sentence, so you take some leave. That is allowed. You is ka. Take some leave. Mag-leave. Remember, in everyday Filipino, it's perfectly fine to mix English and Filipino words together. That, iyon. Allowed, puwede. And we use naman. Puwede is actually can be, meaning to say, you can do that. You're allowed to do that. And so, we say, puwede naman iyon. You will win. That is possible. Mananalo ka. Posible naman yun. Will win, mananalo. Possible, posible. And so, we said, posible naman yun. You notice that we used yun instead of iyon. Iyon is the formal and correct way. Yun is a shortcut, but it is common to hear us Filipinos say that every day instead of iyon. So do you see in this example sentences how to use naman to give a positive spin to a situation, to be more encouraging? Another way we use naman to soften or give a positive spin to a situation is to encourage someone to reconsider their opinion or position on something, to be braver or more confident. Here are some examples. You don't like it? Why? Ayaw mo ito? Bakit naman? You, mo. Don't like, ayaw. It, ito. Why? Bakit? And when we say, bakit naman? We are imploring the person to reconsider. So what if you are younger? Ano naman kung mas bata ka? So what? Ano? If, kung, you, ka, younger, mas bata. Why don't you try it? It's okay. Bakit hindi mo subukan ito? Okay naman ito. Why? Bakit? Don't, hindi. Try, subukan. It's okay. Okay naman ito. Next, let us learn how to use naman to give contrast. Here are some examples. The adults are noisy. The kids are quiet. Maingay ang mga matanda. Tahimik naman ang mga bata. The, ang, adults, mga matanda. Noisy, maingay. Kids, mga bata. Quiet, tahimik. Tahimik naman ang mga bata is a contrast to the adults being maingay. It was hot yesterday. Today it is cold. Mainit kahapon. Malamig naman ngayon. It was hot, mainit. Yesterday, kahapon. Today, ngayon. Cold, malamig. And malamig naman ngayon is a contrast to being mainit kahapon. Jack is angry. Jane is calm. Galit si Jack. Kalmado naman si Jane. Angry, galit. Calm, kalmado. You notice that we used si Jack and si Jane. Remember, in Filipino, when we are referring to someone by their name, we use si in front of the name. And here in this sentence, we say kalmado naman si Jane to be a contrast to galit si Jack. Now let us learn how to use naman to give emphasis. Here are some examples. You are so kind. Ang bait mo naman. And we can also say, napaka-bait mo naman. Napaka-bait is more formal than ang bait, but it's very common to hear us Filipinos say, ang bait mo naman, instead of napaka-bait mo naman. You is mo. So kind, ang bait. So, we use naman to put more emphasis on this statement. Ang bait mo naman. Napakabait mo naman. Here is another one. You are so lucky. Ang swerte mo naman. Napakaswerte mo naman. So lucky, ang swerte, or napakaswerte. Again, we use naman to put more emphasis on that person being lucky. This is like expressing we are so impressed how lucky the person is. She is so pretty. Ang ganda naman niya. Ang ganda naman niya. Napakaganda naman niya. She, niya, because the compliment is directed at her. So she owns that compliment. So pretty. Ang ganda. Napakaganda. So, we think the person is so pretty, we are very impressed with her beauty. So we add naman. We can also use naman to give emphasis to something that is negative. Here are some examples. Groceries are expensive nowadays. Ang mahal naman ng bilihin ngayon. Groceries, bilihin. Expensive, ang mahal. Or we can say, napakamahal. Nowadays, ngayon. So, when we use naman in the Filipino sentence, we are expressing real concern about how expensive the groceries are. They lost again. Talo na naman sila uli. They, sila. Lost, talo. Again, uli. Now, when we use naman to express concern that something happened again, like losing twice, we use na plus naman. Here is another example. I have a problem again. May problema na naman ako uli. I, ako. Have, my. Problem, problema. Again is uli. So, to express your concern that you have a problem again, it's happening again, we use na plus naman. It is also common to hear Filipinos just drop the word uli from the end. We can say, talo na naman sila. And that is the same as talo na naman sila uli. Or, may problema na naman ako. So you can drop the uli from the very end. And this is how to use naman to give emphasis to something that is negative. That is our lesson on the enclitic naman. For your homework, practice using naman in your sentences when you speak everyday Filipino. Have fun! I hope you can join us again next time on Araw-Araw Filipino. Thank you. Salamat po. Now, a few words from my son, Max.
Thought this video was cool? Watch the next one and like and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't yet.
Bye-bye!
Bye!